everyone. So today I want to talk to you about something I'm sure a lot of us have gone through or will go through, a vacation. Hopefully you'll be able to go on a vacation in your life at some point. But sometimes, when you have a vacation, sometimes things can go very, very wrong. So I want to tell you a story about my family vacation. A couple of them. This happened twice. So the first incident happened like a few years ago. It was like a long time ago. This is my family and I. We went to San Francisco and in California. What happened was my dad, he was the driver. So he drove us when we got the car in the city. And he had eye surgery, so he wasn't supposed to drive at night. But somehow we found ourselves trying to find the hotel at night. I don't know if we were trying to find it or if we checked out. We left the hotel and we came back late, but the point is we were trying to get back to the hotel. So we were driving and my parents were getting lost. They were driving around in circles. My mom, she's very funny because she was like, "You drove us over the bridge," and like, we didn't drive over the bridge, but we were on the freeway and I felt like the ground beneath us changed. It was like very sudden. I guess my dad, he hit a sign or something, or he almost hit one, because his eyesight was like not very good. But thankfully we got to the hotel in time. That was very lucky, because driving at night, especially in a place you don't know, and they say don't go driving when you have eye surgery, it's very scary. And then speaking of San Francisco, we went another time, and this was very funny. My sister, she wanted us to go to this place for like some sort of burrito or something. And we were like, we're not walking all the way there, just you can get a burrito, because my family group, we didn't want to go on the trolley. So we walked all the way there to the burrito place she wanted to go. Everyone was so tired. And it was really funny because my sister, she's in shape, unlike me and some of my family. And when she got to the top of the hill, she was power walking up that thing. And like by the time we got up there, like me personally, like I was tired. I was like, oh my god, I'm not going through this thing again. And then she finally got her burrito and I was like, all of this just for that food? But then there was this other time on vacation where my parents and I, it was just three of us, we went to Yosemite in California, and we were supposed to meet my mom's sister because she was going to meet us there. She wasn't there yet, so we waited in the park for a few hours, and she finally came over like in the middle of the day, and we hadn't checked into the hotel yet. So I was like, we should probably check in because you don't know where the hotel is. And my mom was like, it's fine, I'll get the directions later. And I was like, and my mom's sister, she took us to a restaurant and we stayed there for a few more hours. And then we went back to their hotel, which was really close to Yosemite Park. I don't know why, well, it doesn't matter. But we went there, we stayed for a little while, and then by the time we left to go to our hotel, it was like nighttime. And my parents were like, oh, it's fine, we'll find the hotel. And it turns out that, a few minutes turned into like a few hours. My parents kept walking around asking people for directions because, they didn't have GPS. So that's what they did. And so we went to a few stops and we were driving around all night. And we were just so exhausted. And I was like, why don't we just stop the car and sleep here for the night? And my dad was like, no, we can't do that because, someone might attack us. And I was like, he's probably right, but when you're tired. So I was getting really frustrated. My parents were getting frustrated. And then finally we found the hotel like at 4 o'clock in the morning, and that was such a relief. And my mom was able to still check in, even though we thought we wouldn't be able to because it was past the check-in point, but she did anyway. And we put our stuff down and we stayed there for the night, and it was such a relief to be in that hotel after hours of driving. The pillows were not very good, but when you're tired, there's nothing else you can do. And it was actually very nice because, we were driving around, there was moonlight, so the mountains were like in a shade of blue, and it was really nice to look at. I tried to take a picture, but the camera is not very good at nighttime. And the thing with Yosemite is that Yosemite at night is such a different experience from at daytime, because, if you don't know where you're going, you can end up driving around in circles, which is basically what happened. Because, the forest, like, how to describe it because, you know, unless you've been there, but, you know, basically the roads go around the mountain and through it. It's very confusing if you don't know where you're going. Like very recently I went to Washington State with my family, and we went to this, I can't say the name, but I'm gonna put it somewhere over here. And we went to this waterfall place. It was very nice. My sister, she dragged us on a hike. She was like, oh my, we do this, I do this all the time. It's gonna take like 5 minutes. And it's like, it took like an hour. I was so tired by the end of it. I was like, okay, this is enough. We're going back up. And you know, of course, going back up is a lot more tiring than going down. And I took a lot of pictures too, because you know, I did not want to go up there again. Basically what I'm trying to say is that place that we were at, there was a sign that said, no one is allowed to be in here after nighttime. Because you know, I can see why, because you know, you can get lost easily in there. My mom told me this story, it's probably true, knowing people. There were these boys that went to the Grand Canyon and they went off the trail because apparently when you go there, there's like a little sign that says, do not go past this point without like a guide or something. And these stupid boys, they went past the point and they got lost in the canyon, and then a couple of them died. So if you don't know where you're going, especially like in an outdoor place, it can be very scary. It's like, I don't know why people do that, but you know. But yeah, that was a couple of my crazy vacation stories. I mean, not that crazy. I mean, it was crazy at the time because you know, we were all running around trying to get to the hotel and wherever else we need to go, but you know, that was the thing that happened. So if you guys have any crazy vacation stories with your family, or it doesn't even have to be with your family, it can be by yourself or you know, with friends, you know, because I'm sure that can happen with other people too. You can write it down, let me know, because the comments are very lonely and we need more people in here. So if you have any stories like that to share, you can write them down. So yeah, that was today's video about the crazy vacations that we sometimes have. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're having a good day today, and I will see you next time. Bye!